lovelies, it's Heather. I'm just going to shoot this real short video because this is just something that is a norm in my life. It's like an everyday occurrence, has been growing up and everything, like with my family and stuff. I mean, it hasn't when I was living out on my own to this degree, but then again, any degree it could be. And it's like, okay, is it narcissism? Is it, some form of gang stalking, if you will, from my own family? Is it just a control issue? Is it the only way that my family knows how to communicate with each other? It's just this headache of trying to figure stuff out. And then you reach a point where you're just like, I don't even care to figure it out. But, I mean, I still do. I don't know. It's like I haven't had anyone to discuss the topics with and everything, I guess. And that's the thing, too. If you watch my previous video, I talked about how Jay Shetty had put up a video today, and it was, are you suffering from FOMO? And I had to look it up. And FOMO is where you see on social media, like, other people having a great time, supposedly, their pictures, their videos, and then you're just sitting there thinking that you're left out and thinking that you're not experiencing that stuff and all that. And I talked about how, yeah, you're not and everything, but to a degree, anything you go through, because I mentioned my daughter and, like, her birthday parties, for instance, the great pictures of us laughing, smiling, all that. But there's the times, like they're throwing water balloons at me and I'm like begging them not to, and my pants are soaked and stuck to me. And then I got to get in the car and, I sit there wet, soaked. And, there's good and bad and everything. And I mentioned even if people were to like go hiking that they might have fell and stuff like that. And so I don't think I suffer from that. But I do suffer, if you will, from just being, I haven't had a normal life because I haven't had a license to be driving and going places. And so I haven't had experiences getting out with people and socializing on a regular basis. And even though there's times that I don't want to, there's times that I'll admittedly don't want to, I'd rather stay at home because I'm kind of a loner. But sitting here looking back at, say, the past 10 years, I'm like, oh my God, there's so many times I wanted to go out and I wanted to go here and I wanted to do this and I wanted to go hiking and I wanted to take friends with me and I wanted to, and go to a club or go to a party or, go hang out or go to even my high school reunion, even though I didn't graduate, but still, I was 2 credits away, and I passed all parts of the high school graduation test, and so it's just like, God, I wanted to get it, even taking my kid on a play date with, other kids when she was little and stuff like that. Like with people that I went to school with, and being like, hey, you got a baby now and I got a baby. Let's get our babies together and let them have a play date and we'll sit down and we'll drink some tea or some coffee and talk. I've never had that. And so I miss that because I never had that and I want that and I want that socialization. But I want people that experience not the same things as me, but that have knowledge of the stuff that I'm going through. Not just from my viewpoint, I guess you'd say, but kind of like, that they've heard of stuff like that before, or it's something similar, or, stuff like that, and then us talk and ping pong ideas, back and forth as to why we think things are the way that they are. But anyways, I haven't had that, so I have my YouTube, so that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. Is something that just happened and I'm just like, what do I do with that? What do I make of that? And I'm not basically asking for somebody to be like, hey, believe this, and then put their foot down. But somebody be like, well, that sounds like this to me, or I've been through that too, and stuff like that, or that sounds, and like just, ping-ponging ideas back and forth, I guess you'd say. But, sorry, I keep burping. But anyways, so I'm sitting there in the living room, and I just went in there a little while ago, and I'm sitting there in the living room, and I eat a bite of something, and then I'm just sitting there, and I'm just minding my own, and I'm just watching TV. Well, my grandmother, every time I go in there, change the channel to something that you want to watch. So I do, for the most part. But sometimes I don't care because I don't want to watch TV. I just want to sit there. I'm just fine just sitting there. I don't have to have the TV on something that I want to watch. But sometimes I'll grab the remote and change the channel just to get her to hush because she keeps insisting that I find something to watch. And I guess that's what it is. It's this insistent, or persistent, like just, I insist upon you doing this. When you insist upon somebody doing something, even if it's a kind gesture, and you keep doing it, that is not kindness, I don't believe. And so I've never really been that way with anybody, not even my own damn kid. What you would figure, concluding she's that way with me and her grandchild, because this is dealing with my grandmother, that I'd be that way towards my kid. But I, like say my kid come in the room and I was watching something, and I'd say, here's the TV remote so you can change the channel if you want to. And my child wasn't afraid to say no to me. Also is another thing that I talked about in my other video, is you need to respect that. So my kid would be like, no, I don't want to. Okay. Like, okay, I would respect it. Now, if I was to say, no, I don't want to my grandmother, her ego would get hurt. So I guess maybe it is a level of narcissism. So I had to learn to not say no in my family. I've had to learn to tiptoe around things and be like, I'd rather not, or I really don't want to, And then they just keep on insisting, and I usually end up doing what the fuck they want. And I'm really tired of it, and I'm 30, and I've lived out on my own, and so now it's not working, and my grandmother don't understand. It's like misfired, like just it's not, sinking in or whatever, I guess. But I'm in there sitting in the living room because I just want to make this a quick video. And I ate, and I'm sitting there, and she's like, you know what I'm going to do? Like, she just starts talking randomly, as we're sitting there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat those peas. I'm going to warm up those peas from last night, and I'm going to eat those peas. I'm like, okay. I'm just sitting there watching what's on the TV. And I still haven't changed the channel. And she let that go after she said it a third time that I can go ahead and change the channel. And I actually had to say, no, I'm fine. Nah. Not no. I had to say, no, I'm fine. After the third time of her asking, the first 2 times, I was like, no, I don't want to. And then I was just like sitting there the second time, didn't say anything. Third time, I was like, no, I'm fine. But I'm sitting there, and she's like, oh, I'm going to get the peas, and I'm going to eat them. I'm like, okay. I'm just sitting there. And then she goes, you know what? You need to come in here, and you need to get the corn, and you need to get the biscuit and get you a slice of tomato and eat it, and that'll be good. And I just sat there, and I was like, oh. Like, I ignore them because you can't tell them no. I'll be honest. I ignore them. Or I'll just say something like, yeah. Because I say no to them, and I become a bitch and a whore and a slut and a cunt and a piece of shit or something. And I've done live with my grandmother before. There's been times that I've told her no, and it has not ended well. Because she's like, well, I was just trying to offer and trying to be nice. That's what... And that's the thing, too, is when you're manipulating your power of being kind and speaking kindness over people, supposedly, and everything. Speaking kindness over people is not pushing your ideology, your ideology onto them. That is not being nice. That is being a narcissist, I guess, or like a control freak or something. So anyway, she's like, you need to go in here and you need to get this corn and this biscuit and this tomato and eat it and that'll be good. And I was like, no. That's all I said to her. I did say no, but I said it like no, like nah, N-A-W. I was like, nah, you know. And she's like, yeah, it'll be real good if you do that. And then I stood up to come back here, and she's like, yeah, get you a plate and get that corn and get that biscuit and get you a slice of tomato. And if you do that, or I take it back. I hadn't stood up at this because she said it to me 3 times. She said, yeah, you know, get you a plate, get that corn, get that biscuit, get that tomato. And you eat that and I'll eat these peas and everything will be gone. Talking about the leftovers from last night. So there's the selfishness right there. There's the greed, the selfishness, if you want to, of what it is. She's wanting the leftovers gone. She doesn't like leftovers being in her fridge. She's even admitted that to me several times. She has a major issue with it. I don't understand it, but anyways. And so she's just like, yeah, eat it, and you know, then all the leftovers will be gone. And I was like, no, I don't want it. You know, I was like, nah, I'm good. And then I stood up to come back here, and she's like, yeah, grab you a plate, get that corn, get the biscuit, and get you a slice of tomato. It'll be real good. And I just walked back here. I didn't even say anything. So, I'm not really mad anymore about shit like that because it happens all the time. As much as I am kind of dumbfounded by it. Like, I used to be mad, then I used to be irritated. Now I'm just kind of dumbfounded by it, and I'm like, what the fuck are you wanting from me? You know, and it's like, I know what she's wanting. She's wanting all the leftovers gone. And I'm like, are you really that, you know, hey, eat this food now because I said so, because I want you to eat this food instead of any other food in the house, even if you're hungry, because I want the leftovers gone now, you know? It's like, do you, like, do some self-reflection, you know? It just, I don't know. It just irritates me, I guess, kind of, but not. I'm dumbfounded by it. Like I said, you know, I'm just like, why? Why? You know? But that's my family. That's my life. That's the things that I go through. So if you got any advice, or if you go through some stuff like that, or have people doing you like that, like this video, you can subscribe to my channel if you want to. I have a bunch of videos that I've put up. I'm going to keep putting them up until the end of September. One at least every day. Sometimes I put up 3 and 4 a day, just depending on how I feel and stuff. I talk about different things, but usually it's all, well, I talk about different things, but it always relates back to me. You can call me selfish if you want to. And if you do, like, that's fine. But I would recommend not subscribing to my channel. I'm going through a lot, and this is just a way for me to kind of document and kind of work through things myself and stuff like that. But anyways, so yeah, you can write down in the comments what you think if you've went through something like that, if somebody does this to you. And if you're, especially, even if you're a child and somebody does this to you, if you're a teenager or a child and somebody does this to you, hell, even if it's my own kid, she wants to be like, yeah, Mom, I remember that time, you know, if she were to, but she wouldn't do that, but I don't think. But anyways, you can write, like, you know, if you're a kid and all that, and you see this, and you're like, yeah, my parents do that to me all the time, you know, and we could talk about it, you know, and talk about the differences just based upon that situation, on people being pushy, wanting their way, I guess. But if you're older, you know, or if you're my age or younger or whatever, or older and going through this stuff, or have people doing this to you, we can chat about it, you know, stuff like that. You can hit me up on my Facebook Messenger, just type in my name. It's the same photo that I have on here on my YouTube, and you can message me through there. and I'll write you back whenever I get time. Or you can write in the comments. We can have a conversation like that if you choose to. But other than that, I guess I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. And I'm just going to throw, well, I don't know if I should. I'm really debating. I'm so fucking nice. And then I sound cocky saying that. Today's somebody's birthday. And I have a phone number that might work to reach them to wish them a happy birthday. But I don't want to reach out to them because I don't want to feed into any type of shit dealing with them. But anyways, so if the person sees this and they know who they are, then happy birthday. I'm not even going to mention your name. But anyways, for as far as, the being pushed and all that, and somebody insisting upon, do it their way or whatever. If you got anything to say to it, write it down in the comments. Other than that, you can like the video. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to. You can look back at other videos where I've cried and I've bitched and I've whined and I've talked about all kinds of hell that I've just been through and stuff. But other than that, yeah, I'm going to let you go. Take care. Have a great day. Keep putting your best foot forward, and I'll catch you later. Bye.